I would say my last relationship definitely taught me, like, when somebody show you who they are, believe the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them.
I think Lil Baby is bisexual. I was sucking his, and I started going down. And yeah, he didn't stop me. He pulled his legs back.
Jayda Wayda may have just cracked open one of hip-hop's biggest secrets. With just a few words, she sent social media into a frenzy, hinting that Lil Baby's alleged sugar daddy isn't some random rumor, but a powerful name fans already recognize. From that infamous white party photo to the billionaire private jets, courtside NBA seats, and Hollywood hookups, the breadcrumbs have always been there. But now, fans think Jayda's little slip confirmed what people have been whispering about for years. Did she just expose the truth Lil Baby's been trying to bury? Because one casual comment has the internet convinced she revealed the man behind the rumors. And the craziest part? Nobody's even shocked at who it might be. She didn't outright drop the name, but the hints were so obvious it's almost impossible to ignore. Between her cryptic posts, sudden moves, and the whispers coming from people close to her, fans say the puzzle basically solved itself. The internet is losing it over Jayda's slip, convinced she just exposed one of the biggest scandals tied to Lil Baby without ever saying the name directly. She connected the dots, and all roads point back to one of the most powerful figures in Baby's circle. That same figure linked to the viral white party picture, the billionaire jets, the VIP NBA seats, and those untouchable Hollywood ties that always seem to keep Baby shining. And this is where things get messy, because fans aren't just speculating about money anymore. They're convinced Jayda dipped after finding out he was allegedly living on the down low. What once looked like simple mentorship is now being painted in a much darker, scandal-filled light, fueling theories and blowing up timelines across social media.
My last relationship definitely taught me, like, when somebody show you who they are, believe the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them. No matter how much, like, time really don't heal.
I don't know.
Time do not heal. That person gonna always be them.
Time only heals if a person is, like, mentally there with it, you know? Like, time don't heal if it's too...
Jayda Wayda may have just lit the internet on fire without even realizing it. With just a few words, she sent fans into chaos, and now people are convinced she exposed the man everyone's been whispering about as Lil Baby's real sugar daddy. She didn't drop a name, but the hints were way too obvious to miss. From cryptic posts and sudden moves to whispers from people close to her, the puzzle practically solved itself. When fans pieced it all together, the picture pointed straight at one of the most powerful figures in Baby's circle. The same man tied to that infamous white party photo, billionaire private jets, courtside NBA seats, and the Hollywood connections that keep Baby's image polished at the top. But here's where things take a scandalous turn. The online buzz isn't just about money. According to fans, Jayda walked away after realizing he was allegedly living on the down low. What many once wrote off as simple mentorship is now being painted as something way more personal, and the timing of Jayda's hints has only poured gasoline on the fire. Fans are convinced she just ripped the cover off the one named Lil Baby's been desperate to keep out of the headlines. And before the internet could even finish connecting the dots, Jayda added fuel herself, admitting she tried to give Baby another shot, but it simply didn't work. For fans, that was all the confirmation they needed, proof that Jayda had known the truth about what was happening behind the scenes. The second she let that slip, speculation turned into certainty. The name was already living rent-free in everyone's minds. And instantly, all eyes circled back to one picture, the now legendary shot from Michael Rubin's white party. You know the one? Lil Baby front and center, Rubin right beside him, and another guest so close it looked like they were moving in sync, as if they were one unit caught in the spotlight.
They were hugging me. You know what I'm saying? I was dapping Kuzman up, and Mike happy to see me. He ran over there, and we started like wrestling, like touching it. And that picture, like Mike, one of my real good friends, we had a party with goddamn 200-300 people. There's nothing weird could go on with all these people in the mix, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get on the internet and go back and forth, and I told him, man, that's a crazy looking picture, you know what I'm saying?
This wasn't just some random party snapshot. It was the body language, the angle, the way they stood grinning side by side. Fans screenshotted it faster than TMZ drops a headline. And then, out of nowhere, 50 Cent reposted it with a caption basically saying, "What's really going on here?" That's when the internet officially lost its mind. To the people paying close attention, this wasn't just a funny party pic, it was the proof they had been waiting for. In their eyes, it was visual confirmation that Ruben wasn't just another buddy in Baby's circle, but allegedly the man pulling strings in his world, financially and maybe even personally. From that moment on, the conversation shifted. The sugar daddy, label stuck like glue, and whispers snowballed into full-blown rumors. Suddenly, every single time Lil Baby was spotted with Ruben, or any other power player, fans dissected the photos frame by frame like detectives building a case. That one snapshot became the so-called receipt, the centerpiece of a growing theory people couldn't stop feeding into. And let's be real, Michael Rubin isn't just some random billionaire photobombing his way into Lil Baby's life. He's deeply plugged in with star athletes, record execs, and some of the biggest names in entertainment. And if you've been watching closely, Lil Baby has been right there in that mix for years. Baby himself tried to brush it off, saying the infamous white party moment was just harmless play wrestling. But by then, the narrative had already run wild. Even after he tried to clear the air, fans kept side-eyeing the entire friendship. Because every time the story resurfaced, it only got messier. Take the infamous gambling saga, for example. Lil Baby admitted he blew nearly $9 million in less than 2 days. And when things spiraled out of control, guess who came to the rescue? Michael Rubin. According to Baby, Rubin personally called up casinos and had him banned so he couldn't keep throwing money away. On the surface, it looked like a loyal friend stepping in. But to fans already convinced by the down-low whispers, it looked completely different, like a man protecting his investment, making sure the star he's tied to doesn't spin too far out of reach. And that's not the only detail fueling suspicion. For years, Lil Baby proudly branded himself as the rapper with no tattoos. He even bragged in interviews that keeping his skin clean helped him move through business circles without stereotypes. It became part of his identity, part of the image he sold. But lately, fans have pointed to changes and contradictions in his behavior that only add more smoke to the fire. The rumors got even louder when people noticed Lil Baby's very first tattoos. And it wasn't just the fact that he got ink, it was where and how he chose to do it. To fans already piecing together theories, every new detail felt like another piece of a puzzle they couldn't stop obsessing over.
I hear that you say that you don't have any tattoos at all?
Nope.
So what's the reason why you made sure in a world of tattoos, you don't have any?
Being younger, like, I don't want no tattoos. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older.
Yes, sir.
Put my money in, I don't want to be like a thug. Like, even though, like, I'm almost a thug, I was a thug. I don't want to be no thug. You feel? I don't want people to look at me like I'm a thug. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want. People with tattoos, and to me, you look like a thug.
Damn.
Only time I can see me getting a tattoo, like, gotta be real sentimental.
The placement of Lil Baby's very first tattoos, right on his inner thighs, immediately sent social media into a frenzy. Nobody saw that coming. Within minutes, timelines were flooded with zoomed-in screenshots, not-so-subtle captions, and endless debates. The chaos hit its peak when Baby hit the stage in shorts, a tank top, and a pink belt, moving just enough for the crowd to get a full glimpse of the new ink. Fans recorded every second, clips spread like wildfire, and the tattoos instantly became the centerpiece of a whole new round of speculation. Sure, some people brushed it off as Baby just showing off his fresh ink and newfound confidence. But for others, it was way deeper. The inner thigh placement felt like a direct nod to the down-low rumors, almost like a soft launch of another side of Baby. Once that theory caught fire, it became one more reason for people to believe the whispers weren't just smoke. But if the internet was laughing, Baby definitely wasn't. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted the non-stop jokes were starting to get under his skin. He even revealed he pulled the white party security footage to prove his hug with Ruben was nothing but harmless fun. The problem? He never released the footage. And online, when you claim to have receipts but never show them, people assume the proof doesn't work in your favor. Instead of shutting the chatter down, it only made the rumor mill spin faster. That's when the conversation stopped feeling like coincidence. Because whenever fans start connecting dots in Lil Baby's world, one name always pops up: James Harden. And let's be real, this friendship has never exactly been subtle. For years, the two have been inseparable: courtside seats, private jets, city hopping, and showing up at major events like a package deal. But the moment that made the internet pause came in 2020, when Harden's birthday gift to Baby went viral. And this wasn't your average present. Harden pulled up with a Prada duffel stuffed with $100,000 in cash, a Richard Mille watch worth a fortune, and yes, even actual honey buns. The video of Baby pulling stacks of cash and snacks out of the same bag spread like wildfire. Fans instantly started questioning the dynamic. Some chalked it up to a wealthy friend flexing, but others filed it away as yet another receipt in a bigger story. One shady comment that blew up online even joked, "Lil Baby been giving his honey buns to Harden." And that's the thing about the internet. It doesn't take hard proof to build a narrative. A few flashy gifs, some inside jokes, and suddenly speculation feels like fact. That infamous birthday gift became fuel for an already messy rumor mill. And just when the noise started to die down, Lil Baby was back in headlines in 2021, this time across the ocean at Paris Fashion Week. They weren't looking for trouble, but trouble definitely found them.